welcome back to the show. I'm excited. Our special guest this evening. I met this guy in a restroom at the Hard Rock Hotel. We were both attending Mark Chinook's Monday's Dark. And I went in and I was like, hey, dude. And funny enough, he took me seriously, and now he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike Doria. How are you, sir?
If only that's how the story really happened. I'll tell you the real one later.
How are you?
I'm really well. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, first of all, before the whole bathroom thing occurred, I, of course, saw you on television, on Fox 5 News.
You did. You did this 5 years ago.
5 years ago.
Since I think this is actually my first television appearance, well, the real television appearance, since leaving Fox 5 5 years ago.
Well, welcome.
See what happens?
No jitters, no.
No, not at all.
No
you know, it's funny. You would think that, right?
Yeah.
You leave TV after doing, I think it was 11 years of TV. You leave it, and you think it to yourself, like you're going to go back on TV and you're going to screw it up. People are going to hate you. You're not going to get it right. It's just like it feels natural to me.
That's great. Well, we missed you.
Oh, well, thank you.
We did. And man, you're actually doing quite a few things right now.
Most people say you're doing better now than when you were on TV, if you could imagine, right?
Well, you know, sometimes we gotta separate ourselves from certain things in order to.
I agree.
To move forward. And
I would say most things in my life I'm doing better now. There are still part of a TV that I naturally miss. I don't think you could ever leave TV and not miss that.
Yeah.
But it's allowed me to just go and do other things that I never thought I would be able to do. Las Vegas has been an amazing city to me. Absolutely amazing. I would not trade this for the world.
That's great. That's
well,
great.
maybe a couple things. Yeah.
Why are you looking at me?
Well, I don't know. You started it. You started with the whole bathroom routine.
And then I invited you, and you came.
Yes.
Look at the dude.
I know, right? Isn't that the most ridiculous cover and title for a book you could ever imagine?
I don't know how ridiculous it is, but it's called It's a Sign, Stupid, which I thought was fun.
And there's going to be a sequel to the book, I think, maybe, and it's going to be called Jesus Schmeezus. Yeah, right?
What's wrong with you?
Exactly. So, but yeah, It's a Sign, Stupid.
All right, look, and I got an autographed copy. It says, Will. Keep being amazing.
In bed. Because you have to say it like a fortune cookie. You know, at the end of a fortune cookie, you put in bed.
I've never heard that before.
Well, I mean, I'm not sure.
Did you make that up?
No.
Is it a real thing?
No, I mean, that's a real thing.
Oh.
I don't know that when authors sign their books that you should be saying that, but I just figured, because, you know, life is fun. It's just it's not a joke, but it's meant to be fun. So I just say in bed after it. I mean, you should be putting that in there, not me. I don't know how you are in bed, but I'm sure it's amazing.
Well, thank you for thinking that. Now, word on the street is that you have a favorite chapter in this book.
I have
and you probably have more than one favorite chapter, but chapter 15.
Yes.
Is your favorite? We all fall down.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't that sound like horrible? Like that's your favorite chapter? Not Happy Birthday, not, gosh, I'm with the band, not, you know.
Well, but explain it then. Explain it. Why is it your favorite?
You know, because that chapter, I think, for me, it was the last chapter of the book, chapter 15, although there is a hidden chapter. I know. You'll find it soon. But that chapter, for me, really taught me a couple of things in life. That, one, we are all human, and we all fall down.
Yeah.
The trick is getting back up. That was the very first line of that chapter. But then I'm on this, I guess I'm in this way of thinking collectively,
right,
not individually. And I think you can do both. So you can be individualistic,
right,
or individual, it's ghetto-teenies, and you can run that path, but it's not going to get you very far because you're not thinking collectively. You're not thinking what's best for the group, not
right,
just best for me. So I've been on this mission to think a little bit more collectively. Like, for example, a couple weeks ago, I had to go and do this event. I write for Us Weekly magazine, and I had to interview Jordan Sparks. Jordan Sparks is the American Idol winner.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't talk because she was saving her voice. Because the guest of honor was Gloria Estefan, and they were doing this big production, and she was part of it, and she wanted to save her voice. And out of that, I'm like, you know, that really pairs along with the chapter that I wrote about thinking collectively, and she wanted to save her voice so that whole thing was better.
Would be better.
So I'm thinking collectively. What's good for the group, not just good for Mike Doria.
Love it. Love it. Hang out. Hang out. Let's talk more about Us Weekly and a few other things that you're doing. We'll be right back with Mike Doria. Thank you. Hey, we're back with Mike Doria. Mike, you of course you write a lot, been on television, written a book. You worked with Us Weekly.
Yes, still work with Us Weekly.
Still work with Us Weekly.
I hope. Are you writing my future? So
I am not. But tell us a little bit about some of your favorite celebrities to talk to.
You know, I have, a lot of people ask me that, and it's so hard because you meet so many, but one of my favorites of all time was Aubrey Plaza from Parks and Recreation.
Okay.
Because getting to meet her, you know, it's such an iconic show, I think. It's just a brilliant show, the way it's written, and the two of us get to the interview, and we're laughing like schoolgirls. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how it went. So I'm sitting there talking to her, and you pretend you're Aubrey, and you know, I have to ask, you know, there's a lot of ridiculous questions when it comes to Us Weekly, but it's great.
Right.
So I'm like, what's your favorite skincare treatment right now? And she kind of starts smirking, and she's like, well, I like this like seaweed thing. And she goes on, and I'm like, I don't know where this came from. I'm like, what else do you put all over your face? And she starts laughing. She goes, lots of things. And we're just like hysterically laughing. Now, it doesn't sound funny here, but mind you, there's a bunch of people watching us act like two morons. And I'm typing up the interview to send back to Us Weekly. I'm like, this is not an interview at all. But some of the other ones, like I love Holly Madison. I think she's just an amazing woman who's taught me a lot about myself, and I interview her quite a bit.
Nice.
Lindsay Lohan was great.
Really?
I know, right?
Really?
Lindsay Lohan. Because at the height of Lindsay Lohan and what she was going through, she gave like this really amazing interview. You know, I talked with her for 11 minutes, and she's just very genuine, and I just saw a different side of her, which taught me not to judge a book by its cover, no pun intended. Gary Busey, I know, right? You're like, where are you interviewing these people?
Really, Gary Busey.
But
great interview.
Yes, because he taught me, well, he told me that, you know, he yells a lot, and he comes across as very like abrupt. But it's because he couldn't hear very well. So Marlee Matlin, who happened to be deaf, they were on the season of, what's that show with Donald Trump?
Celebrity Apprentice.
Yes.
I saw that season.
Yeah, so Marlee Matlin got him in touch with her hearing doctor, and he can now hear people, so he doesn't have to yell because he thinks that like he can't hear. Get what I mean?
Yeah.
What celebrity do you want to meet?
Oh my gosh. Well, you're here.
Oh, please.
So that's one.
All right, what A-lister?
That's
not like
one off of my bucket list. Who do I want to meet?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
I might be able to make this happen for
Can
you.
you?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. I'd love to meet Will Smith.
Okay, I've never met him.
Okay, damn it. All right, fine. I'd love to meet Oprah.
Okay, well, let's not get crazy. I mean, I work with Us Weekly.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
Not the Ellen DeGeneres show.
Okay. I'd love to meet Ellen DeGeneres.
I would too. I've never met any of these people.
How
do you have
is
like
this
other
working
celebrities?
out? How's this? Okay, who do you have?
I mean, think reality shows, think like, you know, HBO Showtime kind of shows.
Okay, all right. Everybody, of course, talks about it, and they're still probably talking about it. But the lead from Breaking Bad, can we get him?
I know you probably don't believe me now. All right, well, you keep working on it. Work on.
I'll put a little list together.
If they've been in Us Weekly, think on that caliber.
Okay, all right. I'll put a little list together, and then I'll
forward it.
How about Jordan Sparks?
I love Jordan Sparks. I've met her several times, and yes.
Can we?
Yes, I'll make that happen. She's wonderful.
Yeah.
I
There
hope,
you go.
I hope she's watching and listening.
I hope. Come on, it's my show. She's watching.
You never know. You never know. You never know what she does.
Listen, I want to thank you for being here. I so appreciate you coming out and hanging out with us and having your first ghetto teeny. Ladies and gentlemen, check out his book. It's a Sign, Stupid.
Available on Amazon.
Available on Amazon. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike Doria. We'll be right back. Thank you, sir. Cheers.